Hi, welcome to my tube. Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I didn't really feel like doing one today. In the spirit of consistency, just get on there and then just let things go. That's my ego stuff. That's what's telling me about that stuff. So, gotta be careful about getting my feelings hurt. Feelings, schmeelings, whatever. I tell myself when to hurt my own feelings. That's a sucky part when you figure that out, when you grow up into the level of adulthood, when you realize that every time you hurt your feelings, it's because you do it to yourself. Ain't that a bugger? Confounded. Today was a good day. Took a hole in the dump. It always takes twice as long to load it as it does to unload it. Man, it took less than 5 minutes. I'm like, foo, 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 foo. I was telling the guy next to me, I'm like, I think that was record time. He's like, that was fast. I said, it's my poor people's P90X. 46, folks. I get that stuff from my dad. He's 70 and he's probably going 70. Actually, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. We ain't never been tight. I'm an orphan born to parents. Yep. And it's not their fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just kind of how things go. His cause? He had his ego. His ego first. He's Aries sun too. March 25th. He's got that JC complex because he's born on the 25th. I got a niece. She's born on the 25th. She's going to have the sweeter, softer version of that personality aspect. See, because we all have different parts of each other, and the parts that I don't like in him are all the stuff that I got in me that just make me mad. I'm getting past most of it. Standing out here under my favorite trees, with my feet in the earth, with my dirt, my feet in the earth, grounding. I spend a lot of time grounding. So after that, and went and did laundry. Went directly to the laundry mat and did laundry. Got Mom some lotion. Went over to Walgreens. They blacktopped. They put a new blacktop. So now there's Heyoka tracks across the plowman. I'm like, that's what they did with their bailout money. With all their emergency relief shutdown money. That's what Walgreens did in Salem, Oregon on whatever intersection of whatever. They took all their drug money and put it in the blacktop. Right across the street, there's always people asking for handouts. See the imbalance is coming out? That's ego versus spirit stuff. You know, we all got monsters. The monsters are real. It's just, do people have the discipline to say, that ain't right? People don't act like that. And to curtail their own behavior? That's what we're going to find out in the next couple months. I hope I've done the work. I hope I have, man. I'm honestly, ain't no joke. I'm Aries sun. Aries is about to go. Mars, Aries. They're about to meet up in the sky for 6 months, and it's gonna be hot and heavy. And the people that haven't dealt with their anger issues, man, they're about to freaking do shit, and that society's gonna. Thank you, Cajun, for sharing. I'm up to 650. I did my first video on this 26th of March 2017. So I was doing them around, and I was going through a hard ego time energetically because I'm on the 40th parallel. So I saw the Great American Eclipse with right here out of my backyard, and energy, and that was before I found out I was Native American. So I didn't really know. I got all those downloads after I got all the energy of the eclipse, so that pretty much disheveled my ego, absolved it. See, because my story, let me give you just a little bit of background. Grew up in a little town called Central Valley, California, Redding, California. It's the armpit of California, essentially. It's right up there by the three Shastas, Shasta Lake, Shasta Dam, and Mount Shasta. It's a beautiful, magical place to grow up. The land is wonderful. The energy is hard. I was born in Southern California. My parents were divorced. It was ugly. I was a product of child rape at 10 months old. That's how I know. That's how I'm so. I don't know what the word is. That the truth is revealing itself to all the perversion that's coming out. And that is one of the reasons how I found Kijin, is because she's an advocate for trauma kids like me. See, I grew up and people made fun, oh, you're just a trauma kid. You live in your trauma. I'm like, dude, no, I lived through my trauma. And then Mom had a stroke when I was 15 years old. She was 30 years old. I knew I was going to be her custodian, and she was going to be under my care for until her last breath. That is a commitment I made when she had her stroke. So she always said, "Don't ever put me in a home." Thank goodness I didn't. Blessings be. I listened to my heart, and so I went to the Air Force. I only did 6 years. I traded to college education. I have a business of Bachelor of Science degree. I had a 3.64. I tried real hard for a 4.0. I'm autistic, so school's a nightmare for me. But I did okay, And my goal was to be done with my college education before my enlistment, and I took my last class on the 19th of November 2006, and the date of my enlistment was the 28th November 2006. That's how close I could have, but I make things happen. And then I went on to a career in IT. Some of the biggest companies in the world. Westcorp, go look them up. I wouldn't work at PayPal, see, because I was in Omaha, where all the headquarters were. That's where everyone wanted to be. Fucking nobody wanted to be there now. Now everybody's going to Chicago or any place else. But it's just, now it's turning it into a dust bowl. But I don't know, maybe they'll bounce back. I don't know. It ain't my deal. So, they'll be fine. It's the heartland, but they got a lot of karma to pay back. Yeah. Sioux Falls, water fight, all that stuff. All the people that... Anyway, Marge, you're going off on a tangent. So I was stationed off at Air Force Base. That's where Baby Bush flew in on 9/11. So I got to hang my arm out the hangar door as he taxied by. Just in case, maybe, he was looking out the window that there's one person on this planet that says, "Fuck you, Baby Bush." It was Marge. A little dumb girl from Redding, California. Ain't no boys, men, with their swinging wieners standing next to me. Marge, stop doing that. Marge, you're gonna get us in trouble. Fucking all. What are they gonna do? I've already had the bad shit happen to me, right? So then, I decided, after a relationship, freaking absolved, gave it a go, didn't work out. Spiders are making webs. It's that time of day. It's beautiful. I love it. I could just trip out on that forever. Anyway, I was like, why do I live here? I got family down in Sacramento that are high up in government, passing notes with Newsom's office. I don't know if I even really want to tell people that now. It's kind of embarrassing now. So, he's really important. Just ask him. My brother. All the lawyers are. Ooh. Did you hear the news about it was a freaking jaded dude freaking lawyer. Yeah, it was a jaded male civil rights lawyer that offed the judge and the judge's son and shot her husband. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. What we're having right now, what we're seeing on a mass scale. See, because what we are seeing on a mass scale is psychology breaking down. So it's not everybody in the United States that's going crazy. It's just the people in charge. They're losing their fucking minds, and we're watching it. So as soon as those nut job, now they're like, the fucking idiot that is the governor of the state in which I live, dumb bitch. She just keeps coming up with more rules, and because she's so freaked out because she's such a fearful human being. Because anybody that has been coddled, that has been presented a storyline that it's like, this is how life is. You go through school, 12 through, or kindergarten through 12. You go to college, you get married, you have 2.5 children, you work in a job for 25 years. They fed us this storyline shit for so long. And then now it's cognitive dissonance because people saying that and the reality of the situation are entirely different things. So consider it as not being, I mean, yes, there's one Earth Gaia as a living being she's raising in her frequency and we're along the ride right now. But think of it in terms of, because of all of Cajun and also could be nothing and don't drink the Kool-Aid and all these other brilliant minds. We're all reading the same stuff. But see, I can verify a lot of this stuff because I was there. I was there. Like, I worked on the equipment up in Alaska where the operation freaking, I do videos on it. I just I hate naming the titles, so I'm not good with the catchy stuff and the marketing stuff because I'm too busy thinking about other stuff. So anyway, when I moved to Oregon, I'm a person of integrity. I always have been. That is one thing that I don't people hate me because I speak out and what I believe in, so they don't like it, and I'm an empath, and so they're worried I'm gonna freaking bust them out. But the thing of it is tapping into people's energy is bad karma. I don't like freaking doing it. I don't like doing it. People are just really me. It's the ones that stand out that get my attention. I'm like, hey, I want to know you. And there ain't a lot of people like that. There ain't. And I constantly look. I'm constantly looking. I'm finding more because more and more people are collecting the same data. So they're looking at the same stuff. Like, oh, and can't forget Mike the Peace Dealer. Because all I do is spend my days doing chores, making sure mom is as comfortable as she can be under the circumstances of what we're living, but they're changing pretty quick. And like I spend a few hours in the evening outside so she can have all the air and stuff blowing on her during the peak part of the day. I mean, I live to serve for her. She's a native. She's an elder. And she's 69. She holds so much wisdom that she still knows. I mean, she don't remember what happened 5 minutes ago, but she knows that the climate of fear, that there's a shift in energy. And I tell, I run stories by her. I'm like, Mom, can you believe this stuff? And she's just like, she doesn't want to even go out in the world. So we're going to go to a small town where it's less, the energy's less hard. Because we live in pockets, especially if you're energetically sensitive like me, living in pockets, you're picking up on other people's energy. So you're getting wacky thoughts. We're all just like radio receivers. Ace of Base, I saw the signs. Just a dumb girl at heart. So, with all the cheesy stuff, rolling with the homies. But everybody's just dialing into to one thought process, and a lot of these thought processes are low vibrational programs that people have just been taught that everybody else knows is bullshit, but they're still living this little fantasy dream. They're gonna chase that American dream, and it's a lie, Because I got to Oregon, I couldn't get a job. I've been working since I was 15 years old. My VA, and things shifted that I had to become more cognizant and more active in mom's life. And so my days of going to work for 8 hours, those are over. I can't do that. But see, the thing of it is I'm an IT professional. And all I got to do is log me in on my laptop, or I got Zoom or whatever. I could communicate in any kind of way. I'm tech support for 5D, y'all. So if you have questions with your computer stuff, I don't care what the operating system is I've been keeping up on it. That's all I do. I got nothing but time is I listen to astrology reports and keep up on stuff. Is that one of mine? That might have been Luna. So, we'll see. Vinny went to the vet and he got medicine for his ear. And so that's good. Holy hell, dude! I had a good vet too. It is my. I don't even got one of those gougy bastards. I got one that's like Ohio State, cares about the animals, doesn't charge through the nose, but still drives a freaking Audi. He's a good dude though. Anyway, freaking $100 just for the flea medicine, man. It was freaking. I was like, okay, yeah, because flea season they don't only need it for about a month or two. You know what I mean? It ain't not. That's I just lived to take care of my animals and my freaking mom. That's all. And then I report what I study all day here. And so people are figuring out who the monsters are, and the monsters are real, but you gotta understand. Just get away from them. And see, a true monster doesn't care about you, and they will peel the flesh off of your bones. They will. I mean, all the stuff that's on TV, Walking Dead, all of that stuff. It's just it all comes from a heart space of fear and egomaniacal desperation, and all that comes from is an absence of love. Is some place where they weren't loved and nurtured in a way that they really needed to be. I don't believe that I think everybody is born with a clean etch a sketch. And then what we draw and the pictures that we draw and what influences our perception and what we keep looking at, that's what sets the course. I was curious about stuff when I was younger, but it was just like, but thinking about stuff and doing stuff, two entirely different things. But you let the ego run riot, and you get everybody a ribbon for participating, and then all these mommies and daddies tell they're never around, but they always tell them how wonderful and lovely they are, and just buy them a bunch of shit. But they're never around. That breaks people. So I'm trying to come from this place of sympathy from these narcissistic, freaking egomaniacal, freaking twisted people that have only I've ruined a country in only 250 years. The thing that people need to understand is it's in the astrology. Karma is very real. You gotta look at the beautiful parts that are coming up, okay? All the people that are gonna do 180s, all the people that are going to step into their heart space from living in ego for generation after generation after generation, and all the good that they're going to do because they're going to step into their spirit. People need to think about the planet. Take time. Take time during your day before you go to bed at some point to clear your energy field and think about the earth how you want it to be. I do that all the time. I'm always at fruit trees just along in the streets, not regulated by the USDA. You hungry? You pick an apple off the tree. Are there any bugs on it? No? If there are, wipe it off and eat it. You're good to go. All that for profit? Corp USA shit? Fuck that. We taking Turtle Island back. We're going way back old school, before the colonists. Before the Atlantis, around the time of the Atlantis shift. That astrology. I mean, all these cycles happen, and so all these people, their DNA is waking up. Their spirits are waking up. You don't hurt people. You don't put your... It is startling to me. I'm getting into shape because seeing people just brawling in the street, people don't have any regard for human life. And they're getting caught up. There's always stories. That's all. I'm getting all these stories in the media. I take screenshots during the day too. I saw the biggest cockroach I ever saw. He was getting eaten by ants today at the laundromat. Look at this. I put my fingers up. Can you see that thing? That was a big freaking cockroach, man. I said a little prayer as there as he passed. I'm like, you were loved on this earth. I loved you, and I was talking to a lady that was doing laundry too. I don't freaking care. I mean, people think I'm crazy my whole life. I'm like, you're crazy. You don't know you got a spirit. You know? I mean, when people start, I got hundreds of pictures of spider webs and shit. Where is? Oh, at the time of his arrest, this took place in Nebraska. A father. He killed his wife and the dog and left her for her 11-year-old son to find. And he said, at the time of his arrest, Barnes allegedly told detectives, I wish I could have stopped myself. And that is what we are seeing on a mass scale. Is everybody in the next 6 months is going to have some kind of occasion, or they're going to be witness to you. See, I'm going off on a tangent because I'm like, if I ever meet a marauder, it's just like, may the angels be blessing me, because I will walk up and I will grab his gun out of his hand. You know? And taken out of Heyoka, that ain't a karma you want, you know? If you're gonna point that at me, you better, you know, and I'm not a threat. So you don't get to, you know, you get to put your, because I did all that. I've seen war. I've seen what war does to young men. I saw what I was at Crete for Operation Iraqi bullshit, right? And that's where all the Marines came back that did the first wave, okay? They just went in and just video games in real life, you know, this is it, boys. Pump up, you ready? Get that mother, yeah! And then they went in and they saw that these were just people, just families living their lives. And then they brought them back to the bunker at Suda Bait and just put them in a hangar with the tanks that and that's what they slept in on the floor. They were just piled up, and we're there for weeks to think about just playing the tape over and over and over of what they done. And then finally the base like opened up privileges to for them to drink. And then the base commander had to shut it down because they went crazy. They went crazy. I've been watching psychology Splinter my whole life. I know what it's like when somebody's lost it and their spirit is just disheveled and all the aspects are floating around. But I also know that people can come back from, you know, with love. They can. So it's all so wild, you know. So I one of these reasons I do these talks is to know that the other people in military, we may not have gotten eye to eye, because I always talk shit about the cops, because to be a you gotta, I can't even listen to Lady Gaga anymore. I'm almost sorry I saw her, but it was before she freaking lost her. It was her sweet days. We'll listen to Pina Colada, Rupert Holmes. It's a little bit more chill. So one of the reasons why I do these talks is for I know what post-traumatic stress is. I've dealt with it my whole entire life. Not only have I had my own abuse, but I've been a witness to my own mother. It's just when guys, if they want you, they will take you, and they don't care if people are around, and they don't care if kids are around, and they don't care, you know. And women are like that too. What we're finding out, it's that imbalance energetically. When people get to a point that they don't care about human life or the will of another human being, that they don't want whatever is happening in life right now to not happen. They don't get that. And that can be in any situation. Like me, I haven't had running water in 3 years because I freaking couldn't afford it at the time. And then by the time that I started getting an income, the bill was like $900. And then I was like, well, fuck them. I'm just going to move. And then I was like, well, no, that's bad karma. So I've been, and they're, so I've been paying, it ultimately got up to 1300, but I've been paying it down, and it should be done by October. But it's just like, they, through all this, still don't have water. It's just because they don't fucking like me, because I've talked shit about them about their plan. I have a whole folder just for Salem, Oregon bullshit, corruption. I give you numbers, and I always encourage people to go to these city, state, and look how much they're paying themselves. I'm talking like $108,000 for what? No, they don't even answer the phone. What do they do all day? They watch YouTube videos, and they pay themselves a lot of money and the infrastructure shit. So we have ultimately been purging our taxes to make sure that police get new fleets of cars every 6 months, 8 months, because they deserve it and they work so hard. Dude, I live in fucking Salem. It's a goddamn fucking stoner state. What do? You just get fatter all the time. They used to be fit. They used to be scary. Now it's just like, dude, you let yourself go, man. I don't respect you. Why am I going to respect that uniform? You're a fucking sloth. And you mad because you ain't seen your dick in 20 years. And your wife doesn't like you. Now you go out and you take it out on anybody that reminds you of someone that pissed you off in fucking high school. Because that's what mental midgets do. So, for a high school graduate to get into the military as a police officer, you have to score a 37 on the ASVAB. The lowest score that you need to get in is a 36, and those are services. People work in the kitchens and have to wash dishes and shit and freaking have to wipe gym equipment and all that crap. The bitches, right? So, I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of guys that, went and got in college and went the way of the light to be a decent one, but there's so much corruption at this point. Even the decent ones are fallible because all this shit happened with people that you worked with and you knew about it. If you know about it, then you're just as culpable. You're just as big as a scumbag, and you just go home and tell your wives about how hard you worked all day being a dick to people. It's like, fuck you. The gig is up. Ain't nobody buy it. Ain't no more policemen's balls no more, The gig is up. So and then they go do 4 years, 6 years in the military. I'm talking about the bullies, okay? I'm talking about the low vibers. You have high vibers and low vibers in every situation, okay? And everybody's just trying to do their job. So I'm talking about the ones that have been a dick to me my whole entire life, like the ones like my brother and all of his fraternity and all of those guys, just the bros, I've had to deal with my whole life. That's why I'm so choppy, is because it's like they talk shit about me and then I freaking come with a quip, and it's just like, dude, unless you're going to hit a girl, this conversation is over. But if you want to tussle, we can. I've been beating up boys my whole entire life and embarrassing men that are substantially larger than me. So, I mean, I might get my ass whooped, but I ain't gonna get my ass whooped without fucking trying. I'm small, but I'm wily. So a lot of these cops go back home and then, do what I said, like I said originally, is they'll go back home and then get a job. But then they get paid like $80,000, $90,000, and they're always getting new cars and stuff like that. Because all that gear, everything that they wear, all that shit, they all look like stormtroopers. So you have all these freaking mentalities that watch Star Wars and notice it. All the police, they look like freaking stormtroopers. It's like these people are trying to they subconsciously don't even know that they're trying to make, their own version of reality, and this is it, And it's just like, we pay for all that shit. We pay for all of it. They're talking about, checks for $2,000 for everyone that makes whatever, Well, that's nice because I've been trying to juggle freaking minimal finances because my mom's been on Social Security disability, $850 a month. You know, and I don't get a lot from. I didn't retire in the Air Force. I just am a. I even have a claim that is freaking fell through the cracks because it's just like I don't even want to go through the ropes of all this shit that they're gonna put me through now. I just want what I was due before that they freaking. I should have had a higher percent, and I'm one of a gazillion because they all pay themselves six figures. They all pay themselves so much and wear fancy suits to say, we care. But the fucking money never goes to the people. So I'm like, all right, I'll just freaking put them all on blast and maybe people appreciate it, which they have because I've had people send me money to my tube, you know? And I'm a jack of all trades. So if people have questions, I'm a photographer. I mean, I'm a mechanic. I have connections all over the world. I mean, I keep trying to meet people to work with and talk with and collaborate with, and people are just. I hate typing. In tech, I'm a slider, electronic slider, so I get mad. Tech gets all. So I look like an idiot when I type. Because, like, things get stuck, cursor moves all over the screen. So it's just like, eh. People don't think of me much by looking at me. Then I start talking and they're like, what is she talking about? We are all energy. We are all masculine and feminine energy, and people are moving into an era that they're becoming more energetically androgynous. So like, dudes that hang out with chicks for certain reasons they're attracted to, and chicks that hang out with dudes, you know, they hang out with people because they want to try on their life like a life library. They want to try out what, and then they keep trying stuff until they try something that fits. Well, some people just keep trying one idea of the things with the one idea of a kind of person. Different face, but different kind of person. So all these, like, now people are coming in to balance themselves and they're just doing everything they want for themselves. So they don't necessarily need another human being to make them whole. They're becoming whole within themselves and then finding their like matches of other whole people. Does that make sense? Are there people talking? How long am I talking? 32 minutes. I'm about to wrap it up. Whoa, hello. Hi. Thank you. uh, there's a lot of conversations going on right now. I get lost in the woo. You know, I just really try to worry not to offend people. Because I can. I do. I'm Helga. It's what I do. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came through. Yeah, hurt people, and that's the thing is because I am so angry. That is what I try to help people do. I love that. Thank you, Purple Light Angel B. Lady Gaga went Lady Caca on us. I do have a good story because I saw her in Tacoma, and I got pictures of Bradley Cooper, and I have 15. See, and then I know so many people. See, these are all the aspects, and that's why I'm trying to learn to be kind and loving about these aspects that and try not to talk too much shit about these. Because I have so many good examples of people that were like together in high school and that still are. So I know that they exist, you know. I just have seen so in my like in the military and just being in the bros club and always working around men, I've always heard how they really talk about women and their spouses. And then like at Christmas party, you see them, you know, you see the dynamics. And I'm being an empath. That's one thing I was doing. When I worked at Westcorp, that was one of the shittiest jobs I ever had. Um, I worked at oh, it's the vet. Probably Benny's blood work. They'll leave a message. Everybody loves Benny. He's such a good dog. He gained 8 pounds. I feel like a freaking. So, but I already knew he was getting a little pudgy. So we have already been proactive with starting to, go for walks. And actually, I'll probably wrap this up and take him for a little stroll. Um, but he's just such a good boy, and he was dumped off. And so he has neglect too. So I mean, I just want to help people with their hurts, because I've had so many, and I'm really excited to make friends, start making human connections with people, and to be able to meet people and to give them hugs and to say thank you for being your contribution and your service to opening people's eyes. All apocalypse means, people so deep, and they're not that deep, is new information or revealing truth, really, you know? And so 2020 is the year of clear vision. Everyone is seeing a lot of all this stuff that has always been going on. They just believe their family, their husband, spouses. Oh yeah, honey. Oh yeah, we're going off on this secret mission. We're doing that. And a lot of that, what they were doing, they were fucking dicking around and playing golf and going on vacations and doing weird stuff with bro stuff. And we don't need to get into the man love and all that stuff and gaining away and all that. And then you go back home and then act like everything's wonderful. And it's just the whole planet is just going through cognitive dissonance. And so people but it's cool. Just allow people to be who they are. And if someone is going to be violent or try to take from you, I'm hearing a lot about energetic vampires and stuff like that. And I believe in those. I am also such an energy person. We're all energy vampires. We all say, people that are watching me now are drawing from my energy and my intuition and my knowledge. The thing of it is people give it back by a like, or even later tonight going, that was kind of cool when she said this. Thinking about me not in the present, making me a part of their present moment when I'm not in their present moment. Stuff like that is an energetic exchange. See, I don't need a lot. A little prayer, hope you're doing, your positive intention. I have a lot of people that have wanted bad things to happen to me because I just speak on basically what they think, and then they're mad about their lives, and people don't like truth. They really don't. You know what? Energy doesn't lie. People do. So we're just coming into the age that more and more people are going to find their superpowers. Everybody's an empath. KJ, that's all you do is you read people's energy. That's all. You're doing the same thing I do. There's another channel, the body language whisperer or something like that. She does the same thing. She talks about how when people do this and this is a lie and this is a lie and all that stuff. And that's all psychology stuff I have been studying my whole entire life, because I've always checked in with professionals to be like, and then until I was in recovery for freaking Friends of Bill W. for 13 years. Now I'm a Gustav Jungian, and his practices are a lot of the same stuff. So, psychology, all about it. Head injuries. I just have been collecting data my whole life, because it's like I'm like this weird little brown girl slumdog millionaire. My version started in San Bernardino, California, and then I don't know. Who knows where it'll end up. That's where I was born, on 34th parallel, but I'm headed back to the 40th soon, somewhere around Mount Shasta, and I'm looking forward to maybe some people coming up and visit, because it's a holy place. It's this very it's not a holy place, it's a spiritual place. I do not know why I said it was a holy place, because I have never in my life ever referred to Mount Shasta as a holy place. Maybe holy as into an access to the center of the earth. A lot of UFOs. Come on, we'll go UFO hunting together, and I'll cook for you. I'll cook for you. I'll cook for you. I'm ready to make some friends in this next chapter. It's Leo season. Thanks for I got Leo in my third house. Thanks for vibing with me, and I'll be back real soon. Hope